o'clock today. Yep. 7 a.m. You know what that means? You don't know? You know about Mama, Mexican Mafia? You know about, I don't know, master manipulator, mastermind situation? No, thinking it over. I just, yeah, somebody came over here from up there today or yesterday. Just, I started shooting on them. Yeah, well, I got the melanoma treatment, so I have excuses which don't. Anyhow, yeah, so it's supposed to be like 90 degrees today, and I'm supposed to be like taking my kids to the river or doing something cool. Anyway, they came over here this morning. 3 days ago, they said they were going to come bring me some money. They knew where I lived. They thought I was on line 0. I mean, line 1, where these people are up here. In the alternate reality that doesn't exist, because clearly it's not real. It's just a story called the Syndicate. Look at the stars. Tiffany Brooks running. Let's move the rocks. Tiffany Brooks running. But the funny thing is I could tilt this up and see the ceiling, and I can look at the ceiling, and you guys can sit in my body, and you can literally watch the rocks move. But the camera won't pick it up until you go to the video and look up through my eyes, and you're like, what in the fuck are they doing up there? Okay, those are big wings. I saw those. Big angel wings. Maybe I should hair dry my hair or something. name's not Sophie. I said I'm in progress right now. My name's Tiffany. And that's what they're gonna keep doing. So they're just gonna keep doing that one thing. They just keep switching bodies and forgetting that Tiffany exists in life down here and so does everybody. So you know that one YouTube channel where she says on her mouth that she's a cop, I think? She says, be on alert for automatic payments and not going into Tiffany Browning's account. And I was like, wait, that's not what I was supposed to say. I mean, I should say that too. But it's supposed to say, be on alert for automatic forced through to the judges child abuse charges that aren't really there. Because instead of these motherfuckers up here accepting the fact that Tiffany said you guys did not hurt my daughter in the UE or whatever it wasn't, proving them innocent and shit for fucking, I don't know, what was it, 6 months? Instead of them doing that, what they're doing is trying to prove guilt. They're trying to, well, I only did that, I only cheated, I only did this, only that because what I seen was, but fuck you and what you seen, bitch. Because guess what? The UE saw me sitting here next to my what? Son? Doing something like smoking some weed? When I wasn't, it was my brother? Right. I've already went over this several fucking times. So whatever you guys see is not the truth because they're OGs, man. They are fucking people that rotate into other people, or depending on who you're around, you look like somebody different, which is where the Sean situation comes in. Because when Tiffany lied to him about something big and important, like, I don't know, whatever we're not saying, it changed everything. And I mean everything. Everything. Even Trina doesn't understand what I'm not saying. Stop trying to put fucking thoughts. I was not the one worried what Katrina was doing, you stupid bitch. Nothing, dude. These people are just trying to go through my mind. Like, dude, were you thinking about what she was doing in there when you were sitting out there talking to yourself? I'm like, bitch, I wasn't talking to my fucking self. You were talking through my mouth, so shut the fuck up. No, it's like these people are just fucking stupid that they even say shit like that when you're talking to yourself. I'm not talking to myself. That's you guys talking to each other through me. Virtual reality. God, no one wants skin like that, dude. Let's get used to it. I don't have to take the pills, bitch. Why? Because people talk to my mouth? Who fucking cares, dude? I'm not having sex with nobody. I'm not breaking the law. I'm not doing nothing. You guys hurt my fucking kids in here by lying to them on Facebook. Oh, yeah, well, my family loves me, so I don't know what to fucking tell you. My daughter seemed happy to see me at the party yesterday. I think she fucking realized that whatever she read is not the truth. Unless you guys just have an overlay on her fucking Facebook. And she really was talking to me the whole time, and I just was ignoring her or something. Maybe you guys were responding. I don't know, man. Won't you tell me? Because you're the UE. Sorry. Anyway. Yeah, it looked funny because my eyes were all stuck together, so I was bawling my eyes out yesterday. It doesn't matter. Every time I put fucking makeup on, every single time, never fails. Every time I put makeup on, they make me cry. Like, they are so fucking rude to me. It's not fucking funny. I really want my atheist doctor fired, maybe. I'm not taking medicine. I'm not going to be going back there. The next time I go to a doctor, it's going to be for something different. And give me that. I mean, you know how hard it is for somebody to get used to a therapist when you're not schizophrenic? And I liked him because he was a rocket scientist with his brain stems. And then what, he set me up and got fired, or maybe it was the opposite. Maybe she fucking set him up and got him fired because it looked like he removed records that weren't supposed to go there because they weren't fucking real. Because whatever they fucking said up here was way fucking worse than what I said in therapy. What I said in therapy is I thought I was going to get arrested for something that they did up here on my chain. The boys that were dudes moving cases from one bitch to another one in the echelon sky. Hence, Tanika's kids forcing it through to the judges that some stupid shit happened between Tanika and her kids, or whatever they were fucking saying that Teresa said. Then they move it to Tiffany. You know what I mean? Give me a fucking break. People that have done something stupid don't asked the FBI to investigate. And this guy didn't know that I asked them to investigate my way, meaning you don't make phone calls in here, you gotta do it on the ground. Well, they could sure call Marisa and let her know something. I mean, how the fuck did she get the paper that had all their names listed on it? Or did he get it? I mean, like, how come Tiffany can't get this shit? Because they don't want her to get it? Because they know for a fact they lied. They know for a fucking fact they lied. They lied in the CPS department. They lied everywhere because they didn't know what to do. Because why? Because the CPS place called Tiffany's fucking house where her mom was at, thinking that Scenereo lived there when she didn't. She lived at her dad's. She's lived there since she was 7. I've only ever seen her there, dude. The time went by really fast. 4 years doing drugs. Got off drugs 2.5 years ago to be a better mom. Fuck across the bridge. To get away from them motherfuckers over there doing fucking drugs. Where I used to do drugs on Court Street. My manager said, go ahead and leave. You're all caught up on your rent payments or whatever, and come back and get your shit anytime. Because why? I don't know. Probably because the new management took over and they were renovating. Not a big deal. Then AK decides to go to fucking court and reopen the apartment for some reason. Did I want him to do that? No. What is he gonna do? Catch up on all the rent? Because at that point, it was months after I moved out. It was like, what, last year? So that's a whole another year of rent that would have accrued. So, I think we're just gonna catch up on a whole year of rent so that Tanika can stay here, so that I can stay here when I'm in town. Because that's why they boarded up the fucking door. Because every time he would come to town, he would kick the door in, or Brood, or whoever, Slappy, or whoever flops around. I mean to say Brood, sorry. Whoever it is would come in there and kick the door down or come in the back door that was broken or whatever and freaking stay there. So they boarded it up, screwed the door shut so they couldn't. So what's AK do? It makes me fucking go over there and have the cops come and makes a big fucking deal about this stupid ass shit. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. But Tanika was there and it's just annoying. I'm not very good. I'm a pushover, dude. I'm a pushover. So anyway. I told him like 3 times, I don't want to do this. Like, I know you're not going to pay the fucking rent. You don't even live here. Now that I'm so fucking lucky that they filled out the report saying it was Tanika first or whatever they were saying. And I'm so fucking lucky that I have a witness named Teresa. Because she's the one that told me about it. Otherwise, I wouldn't know about it. Yeah, well, they all think it was AK trying to get Tiffany back in alternate reality. He does them codes for calling him a child molester, but it was not Tiffany calling him that. It was somebody else calling somebody else that's on his chain. And it's because they were peeing wrong. They were doing virtuality porn through the Sean Club's computer system called Game of Thrones. Back then. It's the same shit with the ancestral shit with Will Smith, man. I foster kids for the same fucking reason. Online one, where I'm not at. Which I don't get that either. I don't understand how. So line one doesn't know. No, they do. So usually there's ground level, right? And then there's a line one above you with basically a copy of you. And then you have brain stems out, right? But that's not how it is for Tiffany. Tiffany's not on line one. There's not a copy of Tiffany up here with brain stems out. There's just Tiffany's brain stems on the ground split. Between like 5 different people. I got fired or some shit. When I was like, oh yeah, that's not gonna work or whatever. No, she's a fucking douchebag. And making fun of something with spots and everything. Nothing gets hard because I have vitiligo all over my body, right? I look like a leopard. Spots everywhere. And like, I could get a spray tan or whatever, or even use regular tanner, but I don't have money to get it. And when I do, I look normal. Kinda. But I just don't. So why are you talking to her mouth? Because we don't know how to not talk out of our mouth. Half the time we don't even realize we're talking out of our mouth until we see her reflection looking back at us, dude. Because we're coming down one after the other. We're keeping Tiffany fucking alive on the ground and she's dying. She got Chinese cocktail. Have you ever watched that movie Crank? Okay, well that's what they did to Tiffany's brainstems. Stupid bitch. Where you had to keep using adrenaline to stay alive. Yeah, then they found that antidote or whatever. Yeah. Well, they have the antidote and it's up here, but anyway, just moving on. Because like to the computer system, like people don't want people to be ugly, you know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that. And I literally had to do this. No, that's me with Tanner. I'm really skinny there. But still, like, I literally have to show pictures like that so that these motherfuckers can stop making fun of me up here. Because I do look halfway decent when I have Tanner on, but I don't have Tanner on because I don't have freaking whatever it's called. I don't have money to buy any. So I do have spots all over my body. I literally look like a leopard. It's vitiligo. Well, did too put it in the syndicate 2 years ago as somebody who threw a gun away, which was an accessory to a fucking robbery, dude. And then they changed it when Sarah's $86,000 Mercedes-Benz became too salty for Amy with facial recognition software in it. Because supposedly she was dating a Chimo. But he wasn't a Chimo, he was just a fucking narc and a paid informant and a freaking pervert. But to the UE up here, it looked like something different because they're picking off Tiffany and her Life Force people and Rachel and why doesn't Rachel have these problems then? Because it all looks right back down to you, sitting at your mom's, getting set up with your mom's email address. Yeah, I should be having a car. I should be calling Sray and seeing if they want to go swimming, or maybe a different friend like Mary. Dude, I can hang out with my friends that do drugs and be like, hey, you want to go get your daughter and go swimming today? She'd probably want to if I had a car. Or even without her daughter, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, drug addicts have to go take drugs everywhere they go. They could have fun. Even though most of them don't. Because they just rather sit in the house and get out or something. And while I'm clean and sober, bitch, every fucking bitch that you fucking arrested this year was not Tiffany. They did not have O negative blood. I'm right here on the ground. That's what I'm saying. There's a video in here that says I'm not arrested, I'm not schizo camp or whatever. Because up here, because that's what they do. They try to decimate my character and then they force it into the judges that this shit was already there or whatever. I've been in the schizo clinic once. And it was on my own recognizance, okay? They let me go from the hospital. They dropped me off there at the hospital, made me feel like I had to go. So I went. I talked to the therapist. He's like, okay, well, you're not a danger to yourself or anybody else. Like, you should go. I was like, all right, so I left. But then the UE told me, oh, well, you better go back just to be safe. Take the pills or whatever. At least go to counseling or whatever. So I go there and nobody talks to me. They don't put me in like a counseling session where I can open up and tell them my story about all the tragic shit I've been through and how they set me up and all this stuff, which would be a confidential file. Instead, they put it on blast. What they said in one initial freaking situation where I said, I'm afraid I'm going to go to prison for what these dudes did on my chain, which was hurt a kid, beat him up or something, robbery. It's the same one. A capital murder charge, Boeing airplane throws, or axe murders, or whatever. Yeah, that's what they set my son up for that, dude. Carjacking or something. Anyway. It's just stupid. And then it's fucked up because up here, I mean, I get it that I'm on life support on the ground, so it's like they send these robotrons or whatever to keep me alive, but they don't ever get to stay with me, or they don't all know to. Did you guys see that black stuff come out? Whatever. So the normal eye wouldn't see that, but we did. Hey, look, the blinky's back. Maybe it is from the earrings. Over there. You see the blinky on Dr. Dre's head again? There's nothing in here blinking, though. There's just those earrings over there. See over here? Yes, I have different eyesight than most people. Yes, I can see there. So, when I was in Brandy's, after they sent me the bodies and blah blah blah, these two really thick see-through people. I mean, thick, like this big, right? And they come in like this. They're called syndicates, but they're not. They're called pupils. And they come in side by side, like, right? And they have like a round face kind of, but they really look like upside down exclamation points. And they're sitting right in front of me, and they sit there for about 2 seconds. And I can't remember if they went back and went away or if they just disappeared because I forgot. But anyway, the point is that those are rich FBI people or something like that, or something from an alternate universe called an entity from Arizona. And they looked at Tiffany like, what the hell did you let them do to you, sister? But I don't think they were looking at Tiff. I think they were looking at somebody up here. So I think they probably saw through my eyes into somebody different. Because they pulled me up through the eyes. So they probably looked at Kimberly/Sarah. Or maybe it was Asher, maybe it was someone else named Katrina, or maybe it was somebody different. Maybe it was Mandy. Busy. I'm not naked. I'm not naked. I want a baby. No, I have to put the freaking pillow here so that certain people don't see whatever I'm saying. My fat roll hanging over my stomach because apparently they see through it. Do you think I don't hate my life, motherfucker? 1, 2, 3, 4. Dead pretzel. Deadshot 3 list. Break apart department. That's somebody that was. They have me entrapped here. They've had me entrapped here since I was freaking. For 2.5 years, dude. They leave me here with nothing. And it's like, they let AK ruin my car and steal it and steal the door off. I mean, it was broken down. He'd already ran the gas pump out, but I probably could have had somebody fix it, my brother or somebody, or Tony, because they're mechanics. But the thing is that the UE kept telling me, don't you worry, sweetheart, we're going to pay for your apartment and we'll get you a resource to get a car and all this stuff. And this was 2 years ago. And they were telling me this on my email, my phone, earphone, or whatever. It's imaginary T-bunnies and password situation because they thought I was on my mind. And whoever was in here was making me seem like I'm serious. But I wasn't. I'm not the freaking nurse giving people shots at Bird House back then. I'm not the freaking slut bunny that was in that video that you guys were talking about that around the thing. When I went to go get the liquor. signed on for video other people, and I never signed on to be made fun of. Well, they do it up here, or on the other side, and look down at Tiffany. Seeing Tiffany down here. Let's see, bear cheese and freaking sloshed cases. It's like melted rubber bands. I'm trying to upload that video to up here where I'm standing in the bathroom and this clean case virtual reality. I don't understand, but synergically, it looks like the spiders or whatever. Kind of like it looks like a bunch of black seaweed, kind of. I don't know. It starts off as like a little pile on my hand, and you can see it move down my arm and then cling to me, and then go to the shower curtain and then go back up to me and then get in my hand, big huge pile. And the person in my body were talking like, "I want to share my blue room there's music with you." And then she looks at it and she sees the spider. She's like, "Oh," like that, and gets scared. It's in there. It's in there. Just like when my hand was in the cloud. But the thing is that when you look this way, you don't see the cloud. Just like when I turn around, I don't see the lights on Ice Cube's face, Dr. Dre's face. Okay, but the cloud was there and I could feel it in my hands because it's in the computer. In the alternate universe. Super schizophrenic, huh? So once upon a time there was a Yui member named Tiffany. That they said a willow was born in her body, but I guess it was really born in Rachel's body. So I don't know why my doctor Teresa was the one following her, making sure she didn't get hurt in an adult's body. But anyways, because that's the name of my doctor. And why the hell she became the Robotron that my magic race set for some reason. They decided to do virtual porn as a bisexual is beyond me, unless that was part of the setup. But anyway, so Willow decides that somebody hurt somebody or killed somebody in real life and they shouldn't be playing the game. So she sits in my body, she has a knife, I don't. We both go up into the alternate reality and stab her. Apparently. And his spirit popped out and they vanished it and that was hacked. So that's why they thought I was schizophrenic, because they thought I would really stab somebody in real life, but I didn't. And like I said, I've only been hospitalized one time. When I was only hospitalized, it was schizophrenia on my own recognizance, or whatever you call it. Like, I chose to go back because the UE told me to go back just to be safe. And now, yeah, and then they get my therapist fired. That's what I was saying. Like, it takes a long time for somebody to warm up to a therapist or whatever. And maybe we didn't start off on good terms because I can't see stuff that people can't see. Because most people can't see that blinking thing in the thing right here. They can't see that, which is just annoying. And he asked my mom if she can see it blinking or not. Anyway, and so I'm like, you don't see this? You don't see life force coming off me right now? You don't see this stuff coming down and reaching my hand because it has power source on it? You're just hallucinating. Okay. Anyway, he got fired, I think. He's my doctor's fault. And I was irritated. Because they make me feel like I have to go to counseling. They make me feel like I have to take pills. They make me feel like I have to do a lot of things when I shouldn't have to do a lot of things, dude. I made a company, dude. I started a company. It's called it's called the entity group. It's called to me. Yeah, the place that you told. And they send out forgivenesses and all kinds of stuff. They also don't let you looking naked, right? Well, so everybody can put on their signature glasses where it's got the pink lines on it, but anyway. It's either Google, which peels the clothes off, okay? So it's this stupid freaking ad that I seen where it's a guy peeking around the corner with his phone, right? Looking at this girl, and it all of a sudden shows her clothes peeling off down her underwear and bra or whatever. It's just dumb. But anyway, they put that in there to be perverts, and then they put internet, which apparently is supposed to look through the internet bodies up here and see the person on the ground. And they have dual eye skin codes, which peels off 2 layers of skin or 2 layers of clothes for whatever reason. Peel the onion back, unzip core case, and unwrap Christmas present. All of which peels things back depending on your level of times up here. Because some people have electronic bodies on it. All you need for the electronic bodies is X-ray vision. By the way, X-ray vision. Because you can see all the lines. You can see like 1,000 lines of electronic bodies on top of the see-through. You take all the electronic bodies off and see see-through. So that's where they hailed from. Well, is it from Tiffany or is it from Rachel? Because I never agree to be where they hailed from if they're not sticking up for Tiffany. Well, they all are now, so this morning I made a glass of King and Ion Drips water with orange in it and some red and green Tesla called. You want the Tesla? And fog? No, a little bit. This fog's still around. I was down to it. Good. I didn't have a heart attack getting disconnected the other day. You felt it? Mm-hmm. You felt it way more up here. Yeah. That was a gavel. Gavel missing or something. That's what I'm saying. These people will not fill out reports to the FBI or whoever this is. That Tiffany in virtual reality, okay, on the ground. We are virtually talking out of her mouth because of what they did to Tiffany. She stood on the corner at Mandy's house with somebody in her body driving her train to stand there. She didn't know why she was standing there. Okay? She had no idea why. She's just standing there with her eyes open, staring at the sky, kind of lulled out. It's like she used to be lulled out sitting there staring at all the clothes with the Game of Thrones in her head talking shit to her. Anyway, and then the drone sends her 3 electronic bodies and they go over her like sweaters, right? And she starts walking back to Mandy's and she feels like her legs are like this big, like way bigger than usual for like 2 seconds. And she's like, oh, it must be one of my girls, like, I don't know, Mandy or Katrina or uh, Ashley or Sarah. They all seem to have hair bottoms for some reason. And I'm just like stick like SpongeBob over here, big old fat love handles hanging out of my freaking drawers, and no legs, no butt, no nothing. I had to say that to make them feel better. And then they scan the bodies off of me up into here. And I'm just still here on the ground. It's like, then they start crying with me and my body, the because they're part of it too. But they thought I knew what was going on. I did not know. The other person knew. And she was crying too because they were with her. Believe it or not, it was already Rachel. Or maybe not. Maybe that was the second year when we started to get. I don't know. Yeah, well, they told me they used all group jog girls. So Amy, Tara, Rachel, Lana, Tom, Tiffany, Lawrence. Because up here, you're supposed to be like this perfect syndicate, this perfect people, or whatever. Instead of realizing that this game was an evil ass game, it was a paid information program that got jacked by the Game of Thrones. And it came from Arizona. I'm not a narc, I'm not a paid informant, and I'm not a rat. I've never been in trouble. I don't tell on people. It's against my religion to testify against anybody. If you want to testify against somebody in here on my behalf, then you're gonna wear my body with my sidewinders or whatever. You better represent me the way I would, and that is not talking shit about nobody, just proving innocence. If you want to call out the gods too, you have to do it in private. You have to put them in your ocean or whatever it is you do. Go up there with the witness, go up there with the FBI, call the FBI down in front of you. you can all have your meeting or whatever, because that's just it. Like, I can't stand here and be like, okay, everybody, because I only have 5 seconds to talk to whoever's on that line. I was listening to this song the other day. See, that's impossible. See how the smoke only comes out of one nostril? When I'm blowing it that way, it's because half of me is one way, half of me is the other way. Like a dragon, sort of. The other day I was listening to a song, and all of a sudden I heard my brother in my right ear going, "Meh, meh, 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 meh," or whatever he was doing. It's totally his voice and stuff. And then yesterday, right there, it's pinpointed, I heard him say Robert, and I was like, uh oh, was he in jail? Like he's making up Robert. I was like, bail him out. And they arrested him illegally up here because he was stealing something, they said. It probably wasn't my brother, it's probably Liza. Because everybody's steps are mixed up backwards. It says, love us, it's the UV like Christian Mafia, iridescence. Says, I beat the rest and pass your test. If you still rock with me, then this is a plus, because I see your ways and I know your plot, but I love in ways that you do not. I sacrifice, I give it all, sad as F, but still stand tall. I represent my friends and stand by my fam, then say F you, syndicate, because we can. Love us. Tiffany Browning, Christian Mafia, iridescence, civilian love. Like, Noah. No, you Noah. Oh, did you see the heart? Yeah, that's right. What's that? No, I actually do heart. What is that sparkly thing? She sees it with her eyes closed sometimes, which is weird. You see all that sparkly stuff in front of her? The doctor wishes she could get back to her body so bad. Everybody wishes they could get back to their body. They're supposed to be going up to the FBI out telling everybody to give her money and give her representation and explaining to them that she's afraid to take the pills because the women who know about the story are the ones that can dust trail above her edges. And they are the shields, sidewinders, and visors people. So they're the investigators, sort of. It's a complicated thing. It's ear, teeth, eye, skin people. On a stretchy desktop with a talking head and his raised close. Over there on 10th Street, which, by the way, the house on 10th Street has the same exact house profile as the one on 143rd. Because all these pictures of me being a good mom were taken on the 143rd house, like me sitting in the garage and whatever, taking cute pictures or whatever, that they used up here as cards for videography, pornography, or something like that, and stuff. And it's just stupid. And I don't really know why it matters, but it does matter. It does. Because the house layout is exactly, it's like they took the house right there on the 71st Circle, they took it and they put it over there on 10th Street. Like, it is exactly the same layout, same square footage, same everything. Like, this, it's exactly the same house. Exactly the same house. Sal's house, parents' house. So they're pinging off Sylvia's Sylvia and Russ's internet. That's why when I went there, I couldn't log in. He was telling me their password, but I couldn't log in because they set me up there too. It's just so fucking maniacal. They ping off Rachel's, they ping off Marilee's, they ping off Summers over here in Washington State. And they did borrow the offices, I think, but I don't think applied for a Horizon wireless internet situation to be delivered here, and I was approved and everything. And then um, it got canceled up here, they said, or something weird happened, it never came, but yet they got it up here. And they said her credit wasn't good enough to get it or some crap. I'm like, but yet you have it up here running me up a bill. It's like $350 right now. In my name. Yeah, it's like London's using it for some reason. Snoring days over. No, if I play a song on the TV, I hear it in my ears, but the video won't hear it. I have to have the mic on this. Yeah, so if the FBI comes down, they won't reach Tiffany, they reach the guy on my head, which is facing the other way, and he's not my friend, he's my enemy. And he's one who lies about me all the time. Yeah, he hears my thoughts and he stops my like when I'm singing a song in my head or having a thought, nobody else hears them. So if I'm like, I need help, Yui, right in my head, he hears it and he don't call the Yui for Tiffany. He calls the Yui for himself. You have no idea how much I hate him. Will you arrest this man who just said that in my head? Yeah, arrest him, take him up there to the upper echelon where the FBI's at, and have them brain scan code me to one of my girls that loves me. And they won't have to have my body on or nothing. Okay? Because this is the motherfucker stopping Tiffany from getting her money. This is the motherfucker lying on Tiffany's name. This is the motherfucker that was accused of hurting her daughter in the UA when Tiffany's down here sticking up for him, saying none of these dudes are around my kids. He's only law enforcement. He's called Evil Force. I don't know what that little radio thing is. Is it depth finder? Yeah, sort of. Like up here. A Poem That I Lived Life by Tiffany Brown. It was copywritten and patented by the Book of Poetry a long time ago. The copyright owners was not in there anymore. They took it out of the syndicate 2 years ago because it had my name on it. These motherfuckers came in here with the intention to ruin my life when they sent me over there to catch their bodies, because the other people, like LaShawn, that put me in here as whatever it was lying on my name the whole time, because he got in trouble for some other stuff because I lied to him about what I said in the past about who I did and didn't sleep with, which messed his whole life up. But anyways, he hated me and so did everybody else, okay? And they played both sides of the fence, la 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 la. But eventually he died, and then chain got put on me. And so it's like double, triple, quadruple time, and now I feel bad. So you just keep having to Groundhog Day it up every day, stick up for yourself over and over and over again? Yep. Because they won't listen. Because they said that the people that I listed on my fucking IC3s set me up, which is fucking bullshit. Because here's the thing. So I know LaShawn, right? And he brought over Amy. I don't know what her last name is, but whatever it is. And then AK brought over Tara. All right. Well, apparently Amy His dad is not a book author, and if he is, they pinged off him for whatever reason. But one of them had something to do with law enforcement. I don't know if it was here in Portland or if it was in Arizona. But anyway, the point is that law enforcement was involved, and then FBI frequency got reached when I pushed their syndicate up from level 0 to 5. And then they kept pushing them up further and further and further, and I'm sitting here trying to keep them down, because the further up they get, the worse they get at talking shit to me down here, and it's ignoring the fact that I don't have my money, I don't have my UV score, I don't have nothing. But the thing is they had my download tool, so they had all the power in their OGen or whatever, and I couldn't keep their bodies down here, or their syndicate, or whatever it wasn't. Even though I didn't really know how to move them down, I was trying to stop them from moving up. Then they go up to the banking land, where now they can embezzle money through my eyes, and that's where all that money came from. I don't know, it's like a lot of money. So there was like a lot of money embezzled from a lot of people, like China and stuff. And then there was an offshore account which had like 2 million in it, I think. Now it has it's $1 million back there. So I don't know anyway. And my UE member and I pulled it out of the offshore account. We paid back China and whoever else they embezzled the money from, and there was still like $1.5 million left over on the power source. And then I started copying the power source to other people. So there was the UE one, there's the anomaly one. The UE one's up here. It says off-road my case. No, only UE only know evil points, and only both of those have like a lot of money on them. So I can't tell if that's a nat or if that's part of the case. So that was the see-through pyramid in between my hands right there. The drone was born under me as a UE member virtually. Okay, so what it means, the drone basically is the technologies built into my eye holes. And so when I don't like whatever I didn't just do, okay, it like rolls my eyes a certain way electronically, and then you can see other stuff. And I have to look at that. So apparently these people back in when girls cry because they're little as fuck. Tiffany can't cry. She didn't get to cry about Alex dying. For one, she wasn't sure if it was real because they told her some elaborate hoax or whatever. But she was more pissed the fuck off that she didn't get to go to his funeral because Rachel spread a rumor to her about something she read on Facebook that supposedly Chava sent. Okay, so Rachel is blocked on my Facebook account, so she can't get my messages. But I showed her me asking Chava himself if he sent her a message, and he's like, "Shut the fuck up, dude, you're being stupid." And then I showed her messages from my son, telling her how I'm his best friend and this and that, because none of that shit is fucking real. I was not the one in here saying my son hurt my daughter. I was not the one that said any of that shit. That was Rachel. In an alternate universe being train driven by Gummy Bear / my own homeboys who were doing something to get me back, or maybe they were trying to protect me in the end. I don't know, man. But anyway, Sarah, the one who got arrested in London for doing porn. But to the UE, that's not what it looked like, and she did too have my name on. That's why London said I'm exonerated adjudicate from everything in here, especially child abuse, because I can't see this from where I'm at. But the child abuse wasn't real for my fucking children. It was real for someone else's, like Rachel's. Back in the day, I'm not Rachel. And then my other best friend, supposedly. No, so you kill Patrick, and it is Patrick is his last name, and it is a kill thing. We're not killing anyone because it kills other people in real life. And I'm not 100% sure if it just kills people on line 1 or if it kills people on the ground. I do know it does disconnect them like that, which is good, but it's not good when you're trying to prove innocence, because once you lose your skin connection or whatever it is to your Y chromosome, you can't get it back ever again unless you re-pull them up the same way they were pulled up before. Like you remember right there that lost her life because she had to sign a power of attorney for Tiffany to give the money to Antoine, who was not a black guy that she was friends with at all. It was some white dude, and it came with a bunch of permissions because Sarah's up here pretending to be Tiffany or Kimberly or whoever it wasn't, and was like, yeah, sure, why not? You know, it's probably Sarah because she was dating the white guy. And whatever it was made her lose her job wherever she was at least on that lifeline. And she was crying with me, and I was crying too, because she's like, I have to go home and be with my kids. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you're leaving me? And it's not like we even knew each other that well, but when I gave the game back to the UE, I gave it back because I didn't like how it was played. I was not the one playing it. I didn't know how much money was in it, and I didn't care. I didn't fucking care because they made me sit on my bed for 3 years just staring at piles of clothes, interrogating me, calling me a bitch. The neighbor upstairs was like, give me my money, bitch! And I'm like, I don't have your money. I don't know what's wrong. Why are you yelling at me? And my best friend Amy just kept saying, honey, just don't listen to the voices. You're a good person. It's not meant to do psychosis at all. It's virtual reality bullshit that should never have been played like that. Ashley Service fucking set me up and was talking shit over there at the Bruce Goose house. A whole bunch of people were talking shit because they'd rather talk shit about Tiffany than themselves. Sarah, whatever, Wellington, whatever her name is, she was talking shit. Like, everybody was talking shit. Even my friend Katrina, we weren't friends then, but we're friends now. And it's just stupid because I would sit there, well, if I would have gone out more, like when I hung out with Mandy and stuff, it was cool, but then they fucking controlled my environment real quick like that. Let's just make it okay for them to pop her tires and key her car and jump on her hood and steal her battery and steal her car and break her furniture, throw her stuff around. There's a video up there of him throwing my stuff around in my bedroom, or after the after effects, it's literally piled up to my knees. All because I had my friend come over to visit me at the wrong time. Where's Mandy? Oh no, that's right. That's the Keeping Me Alive song that happened. So I'm in my bedroom, keeping me alive, breaking every chain that you put on me. Thought I would change, but I grew on you. I will never be what you wanted. This fire's keeping me alive. Right? Well, I was singing that song, thinking about a specific person who was ruining my life. Well, his brain were connected to mine, and the UE on top of him, which was the upper echelon dude that I don't want on my head, who is and hates me, heard it, and to him it was a diss to him. So he gets pissed, which gets AK pissed. And AK, I don't even know if he heard me singing the song or whatever, but anyways, whatever happened. The next thing you know, my whole room is being thrashed, things are being thrown around, it doesn't make sense, like, it's just horrible. And it ended up, I jumped out the freaking window of my bedroom just to avoid more conflict. Here's the video. They're calling you schizophrenic because they think you stabbed somebody. They're also calling you that because you talk out loud. Alright, I talk out loud because normal people on the ground can't hear what I'm saying if I don't talk out loud. And when I talk silently, they only hear it up here if the UE people are repeating what I'm thinking. So when I'm sitting there at my house typing to my friend or ex-friend or whatever, and it's getting too long or too accusatory or whatever, Emily upstairs would stomp on the floor. But it wasn't the person, it was the Robotron or the alternate universe version of her in the game that was always sticking up to me. I called her my godmom. And it was her son who was the one that thought there was an imaginary person down there. It was part of my brainstem that was like locked in a cage and couldn't get out and was being abused in my brainstem because they heard me crying, they heard me whatever, being tormented by other people. It wasn't just me, it was other people too that may or may not have been stuck in my brain stems. And they say this is impossible for it to be connected like this, right? Some especially force-work person, right? Well, that's what I was, and that's what I am, but it was never me in there, so I have no memory of what it is that they do in there. But they do, and all they do is lie to get my money and my representation. We reached our bodies on the ground, honey. Online 1. He's online 0. Because they can read my lips. So fuck you, Kilpatrick. Fuck you, number 2. Fuck you, number 1. Game controller. Fuck you, LaShawn. Fuck you, Bo. Fuck you, Anton. Fuck you, Jewel. Fuck you, Rachel. Morrow, which is not supposed to be part of this because she lives in Vancouver, Washington, so take her the fuck out, even though she's a spinning head over there. Fuck you, Sarah. Fuck you, Ashley. Fuck you, Mary Carlos. Fuck you, Amanda Tessie. Fuck you, Brood. Fuck you, JP. Fuck you. Person next together. Fuck you, Katrina Hayward. And I love you at the same time. Please stand up for me. It's a blue ticket. Because it's like, in this game, it's like opposite day, you know, it's stupid. I don't know if they can hear me. It's like opposite day in here, you know, and it's recording. But anyway, it's like opposite day. So on one side, it's telling the truth, and the other side, it's not. So it's a theirs, ours, and garbage pile, right? So the people at the God's table up there can pick and choose which one they want to use. So if Tiffany says, you know what, I hate myself, I'm so ugly, right? They can put it in on the good side so that it's sarcastic, and so that it really looks like I'm thinking of all that. And that's downplaying. They really use it for. So people say things like, I love you a lot, with a wink. So this side will say, I love you a lot. They'll hear, I love you a lot, and they'll hear it with a wink on the other side. So that this person doesn't get in trouble for saying I love you a lot or whatever. It's just stupid. Or I don't love you at all means I don't love you at all. But if you say I don't love you at all, like at all, that means I do love you. But it's undoing the first one. Looking for the picture of the angels. What it looks like. So that says 3M secretly safe. I don't know what 3M stands for, but Secret 7 service line. And it says LaShawn, Aunt, number 2, Tiffany, and the UE. Whoever the UE was. that was above us, but Sean died, so I guess it's a bow now. Or somebody different. Maybe it's Kitty. Bubbles. $4 million a day. Secret Service and Societies of Seven. Secret Societies and Services of Seven. Universal Insurance from the edge. And it says Terrell/AMP. And it says L7 time. TYME, which is Father Time. And at the top it says Regards and NES or something like that. It's probably Legion and Reynards or something. It's two names mixed together. We made programs that INK. INC. Ink means pay. Thank you, Chad. I'm not bisexual, by the way. So last time I scanned my